Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking along with El Jefe and the Walker. Welcome to episode 276 of Max Wrestling on all podcast platforms and Andre Corbeil's Wrestling with Wrestling. It is June 25th and I feel the need to say today's date because sometimes we record the show and then either the same day or the next day something big happens and people will often listen to this a couple of days late and they may be wondering why we're not addressing this breaking news. It's because we recorded before we heard about it. For example, we recorded last week's episode and then almost immediately after the wrestling world just absolutely imploded. It was set ablaze by the speaking out movement. I mean, This topic was so big, very much like Tiger King. It just got crazier as it went on. Very apt for 2020, and it's still going on. We're hearing more and more every single day. Now with this, we weren't gonna go on about it too much because it's been a depressing week for wrestling, and like I said, every day we wake up to more and more. As with all online accusations, we don't have the facts. We don't know who's innocent, who's guilty, but what we can say is that some cases leave absolutely no room for doubt, and then others have certainly been questioned, and to that I say this: if anybody is making shit up, you're only punishing the real victims, because false accusations are exactly why some genuine stories get questioned in the first place. So, I don't even know how we're gonna reach an end to this.
Yeah, it's freaking crazy, man. Like, it's been nonstop. If it's not about a new person, it's about another person coming out saying something about the same person.
Yeah.
The more it goes on, and other people are like beginning to speak out again because they're getting the courage from someone else. It doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon.
It very much like COVID, actually. It started in one country, then it's just spread because it all started with the British wrestling scene, and then it moved on to Ring of Honor, WWE, Impact. The crazy thing is, we've heard nothing about Jerry Lawler or Pat Patterson.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Probably because everybody's already speaking up about
yeah,
that.
everybody knows about that shit.
I was like, if you don't know about the Pat Patterson situation, like,
God, Dark Side of the Ring season 3 is gonna be lit.
to be all current edition.
Yeah, the most modern Dark Side of the Ring ever. Not that it's funny or anything, but you know, it's just so bizarre.
Yeah. You gotta try to find some sort of light in all of it.
Yeah. Well, on a happier note, a very happy 30th birthday tomorrow to our third actually, two-time and current Knowledge Champion, the co-founder of Max Wrestling, the Phoenix. Happy birthday for tomorrow. He was going to be on the show, but the little sons of bitches made him work late.
That's how it goes, man.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to him. Happy birthday, Phoenix.
Have a cake day.
Like, actually, they making him work 2 days. He had like a week off up to Wednesday. Then he's back in for 2 days, and then he's got the weekend off.
That's not too bad.
I don't see the point. I'd just take the whole thing off. But anyway.
I was about to say, personally, I like my birthday comes up towards the end of July.
Yeah.
I took that, was it Thursday, Friday, and that Monday off.
Yeah, well, mine's
And they're like, for what? I'm like, why not? What do you mean?
Mine's right at the beginning of December, so I'm very lucky to get that first week off of Christmas season.
There you go.
See,
Good luck.
I was always lucky as well with my daughter's birthday because she was born on 4th of July. So where I was working, I would get 2 weeks off for her birthday. I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, national holiday.
Yeah.
I'll say I have that Friday off. Yeah, national holiday. Good job.
Okay. Let's get into WWE because we addressed the dark side of this past week in wrestling, and it Matt Riddle was named the night before his debut on Smackdown. So, I mean, originally we weren't sure if he was actually going to appear. Was it the same day?
I want to say it was the same day. I don't think it was like the day before. I want to say it was like hours before.
It was like it was about like
it was that morning.
It was like 11 o'clock my time, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Right around noon.
Oof.
And then like 2 hours later, they pulled his name off of everything for Smackdown for his debut. They stopped advertising him, and then it was like last minute they were like, okay, well.
Well, that's been the most disputed one of all, is Matt Riddle.
Yeah.
So we've heard both sides with that one, and WWE decided to continue with the Matt Riddle plans, and honestly, it was the best NXT call-up since Kevin Owens, I thought.
Yeah, it was great.
Just get straight into AJ's face and beat AJ clean.
Oh, yeah.
That's how you do it. You go up to an established star, you show you to mean business, and you go from there.
The funny thing I noticed, thinking about it now, is Renee Young was obviously in that segment, and that's the first time I've seen her on Raw or SmackDown in weeks, and now, shock horror, all of a sudden she has COVID.
Yeah.
On the same week where it's been confirmed WWE have tested quite a few positive people.
I'm thinking that she's obviously one of the bigger ones.
Yeah.
But I can only be curious on who else is like hit. You know what I mean? Like, how many more people got it?
Well, I mean, she was in the ring in that opening segment, and the entire SmackDown roster was around the ring, and that was like 6 days ago. So surely, the SmackDown roster needs checking.
Yeah, for sure. And doesn't Vince McMahon tell whoever shows up to not wear any masks?
Yeah, I'm.
He says it's not television friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, well, you just fucked everybody.
Even though they're selling them on WWE Shop, and you could make a ton of money off them, because technically it's merch.
Yeah, like you're gonna have people wear the shirts or whatever it may be, the shirts, the hats, the whatever. Like you gotta fucking advertise this shit.
Yeah, it's just like any other match. I mean, he's never happy when people dress up and sit in the front row, and you got some guy dressed as Hulk Hogan throughout the whole show.
Yeah.
Do you think he would have freaked out if Scooby-Doo would have shown up?
Oh, that Scooby was so annoying. Mainly because the head was on top of his head, and the girl sat behind him couldn't see shit all night.
Oh yeah, I would have killed that guy.
That's a new mystery for the Scooby-Doo for Mystery Inc. Who killed Scooby-Doo?
Me.
Yeah, he would definitely got him kicked out.
His goddamn head was in my way.
So obviously we're expecting big things from Matt Riddle, despite all the shit that's going on. If SmackDown's any indication, who knows? Maybe we're getting Matt Riddle AJ at SummerSlam.
I'm down.
He's got a win over the Intercontinental Champion.
Put a belt on him right off the jump.
Oh yeah.
You know, the last guy that everybody compares him to Kerry Von Erich. You know, that was the only title Kerry Von Erich ever held, was the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, I mean, not just in style, but looks, everything about Matt Riddle looks like Kerry Von Erich.
He really does.
I loved his line as well. You're the face that runs the place. I'm gonna be the bro that runs the show.
That was great. I was watching SmackDown strictly for Matt.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
yeah. Like I said, I never watched SmackDown, but I watched it this week because I knew his debut was gonna be big if they went ahead with it.
Hell, I'm still trying to figure out how to watch it just in general, because I was wanting to watch it because of Bray Wyatt's return,
Yeah,
and I just have to watch like little highlight packages and whatnot for it.
it was a good episode of SmackDown this week.
It was alright.
I mean, the beginning and the end was good. The middle was eh.
It was tolerable.
I just gotta say it just to make Dazzy roll his eyes, fucking Bray Wyatt doing TikTok dances.
Oh man.
Goddamn TikTok. Flim flam.
I'm more confused actually as to why Sasha and Bayley were on commentary for the men's tag team match.
Because they were better than Michael Cole.
Well, yeah, that doesn't take a lot, but I don't know. It just seemed kind of random, and then obviously they were jumped. But then we go backstage to the rest of the female roster on SmackDown, and they're all talking shit about Bayley. So much for Tamina being a psycho.
Right.
They dropped that really quick. Actually, it didn't even make it to TV.
I don't Yeah, like, she had this thing on, like, what was it, like Instagram or Twitter post or something like that,
Yeah.
that pretty much spelled out her new character, and there's no new character.
I mean, I was kind of looking forward to it. I thought the first time ever Tamina's actually got a gimmick. She might actually be interesting for once.
Right.
But nope. We're just going to continue with her being a random background character that nobody knows. Well, we know, but we don't care.
There you go. We can see you there, but you can go ahead. You just stay there.
Yeah, you're an extra. But yeah.
Overpaid extra.
Oh yeah. Well, there's quite a few that are overpaid in WWE. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that goes without saying.
Like we mentioned, to close SmackDown, Bray Wyatt came back with the return of the Eater of Worlds gimmick, which I loved. I just hope they don't ruin it again. And again, and again, and again, and again. But obviously it's been compared to Mick Foley. Obviously now there's three different sides to Bray Wyatt. We've got the Firefly Funhouse, we've got the Fiend, and now we've got the old cult leader of Bray Wyatt back.
I'm okay with it.
What I would assume is Braun will probably get another win in Extreme Rules, and then obviously we'll finally get the Fiend at SummerSlam.
Sure.
I mean, I don't want to see him job out the Eater of Worlds again, but it's the only logical explanation for bringing him back, really. Because Braun still doesn't face the Fiend. I mean,
I'll be interested to see how it pans out either way. Like, maybe even swerves him, and he thinks he's getting Eater of Worlds, and he actually gets Fiend.
I mean, we all knew Braun was going to beat the Firefly Funhouse version. I didn't even know we were getting that version. I thought the Fiend was going to come out at Backlash. And
I didn't know that was a real
Backlash,
thing.
Money in the Bank. Was it Money in the Bank? No, it was yeah, it was Money in the Bank because Backlash was a handicap match.
Yeah.
I was expecting the Fiend to walk out, and then Bray walks out in his little, children's TV host uniform.
And
I'm
a
like,
goddamn
shit.
sweater and fucking pants.
Yeah.
Hot as shit.
And I just think, oh shit, he's not going to win.
Nah. It's
Yeah.
like they had to give Braun some sort of legitimacy, so let's just beat the Fiend without looking like the Fiend.
Yeah. I mean, who else beat normal Bray?
Fuck, I don't
Oh,
know
Daniel
the last
Bryan.
time I saw Normal Bray.
Daniel Bryan beat Normal Bray.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
This story sucks.
I mean,
Well, you know what? It's Braun. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
It's Braun. I'm so tuned out as him champion.
me too.
I wanted
absolutely.
it forever, but now he's fucking stale.
Well, yeah, they did it at completely the wrong time. If they'd done it a couple of years ago when he was on top of the world feuding with Roman, fair enough, but nobody cares.
Yeah. We don't give a lick of shit.
When WWE gave up on Braun, we gave up on Braun, and now it's too late.
No, that's not true. I was behind Braun a little longer. But then, like I said, the point is he just got stale. He won the belt because you were just like, okay, Goldberg can't have this thing.
Yeah.
And we knew that, like, right off the bat. And that does not help. Okay? That doesn't help.
Because it was supposed to be Roman.
It should have been Roman, but, he's at home. And dead ass, he's smart as fuck for doing that right now. I mean, because look at what's going on. And there's people popping left and right.
Kevin Owens says he's out.
He had I think it was his father-in-law had got it and passed away. And so the family was like, dude, like, not happening. And so he is a family man. Not like Peter Griffin, but yeah.
I love that episode. The guy mentioned you on TV. And the family man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the family man. I was more referring to when Peter gets all excited because they say the movie titles in the movie.
Yeah, there it is.
This is Armageddon. Huh, he said it. He said it.
Yeah, I mean, WWE's testing is shocking, as we've seen so many times over the past few months.
Temperature checks.
And
Have you guys seen the new thing that's come out for UFC's Fight Island? As I do air quotes on the podcast.
I've heard about it. I mean, I heard something about how what's his face was trying to buy an island or some shit. And
so apparently, what's going on with that? If I'll be brief, he got an island. It's in Dubai. It's not necessarily an island. They're just gonna fight on the beach. But what it is they're gonna be like these guys are gonna be tested twice before they even get to the airport, the first airport. Then they fly over to Dubai. They get tested once. They get tested again. Like, they get tested the second they land. They get tested again when they get to the hotel room. They have to be quarantined in their room. Like, they cannot get out. Like, there's no leaving. So the fighter has to be quarantined. The team doesn't have to be, which I think is kind of fucking weird. And so the team can go get your essentials and whatever. And then so they'll be quarantined till your results come out. Once you get your results and you've passed, then you're allowed out of your room. You can go do whatever. And then you get tested once before the fight, or once the day before the fight, again the day of the fight, and then immediately following the fight.
Jeez.
They are trying to be beyond precautious. I'm like, they're testing like 10, 11 times. And then you're going to be tested one more time before you leave Dubai. So I think in total it's like 12 different tests.
I mean, for a full contact sport, more testing is better than, risking it.
I mean, also you got to think of international travel and the whole everything. So if they're going this far and all you guys are doing or you're doing the little boop, how you feel? Okay. Like, we got to do more. And then you know what, dude? I don't give a fuck if it's not aesthetically pleasing. Give them goddamn masks.
Yeah.
Okay. At least like with AEW, they're in an open arena. They're not in this fucking warehouse where they're just blasting the AC. People are breathing on each other.
Oh, the performance center's like a hive.
There's no fucking social distancing. I mean, not even to be that kind of an asshole. They're just legit almost on top of each other, and there's only like 40 people.
Yeah.
It's like, why do you guys have to be so close?
It was kind of funny though that on Smackdown and Raw, everybody was getting interviewed outside the doctor's office. Well, doctor / trainer, because he couldn't decide what career to go to.
You're the same guy that Cameron Grimes walked up to, just popped his head in the door. Was like, "Hey man, my jaw's broke." They're like, "All right," they just let him go.
I'm a doctor, but I'm also a trainer, so I can give you an injection. I can also give you a workout regime.
Okay.
That's one hell of a gimmick. Wait till they find out they get dental from Isaac Yankem.
Oh no! Hey, well, never mind. I was like, I'm down for that package, but you bring up Isaac Yankem and no thanks.
David Bixenspan brought something up. So he basically said, I know Jon Moxley is already out, but realistically, he, Big Swole, Sean Spears, and Britt Baker all need to be quarantined away from AEW events for at least a couple of weeks, given that their partners' presence are at WWE tapings, right? I don't think we need to worry about Big Swole. I don't remember the last time we saw Cedric Alexander.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think he's been, like, working like that. I mean, I'm hoping he hasn't been at the tapings for just, safety reasons. But
now when they're recording like other episodes, have they been recording them? Are they still doing main event?
They're not. I mean, well, they're. I don't think they are doing it. I mean, well, no, they are. They're still streaming it weekly. They're what the fuck is it? I guess they're taping. Are they taping it right after Raw?
There's really no need to do main events right now.
It's just like extra TV.
I just wasn't sure if they're still doing that, and if they were, if Cedric could be on there. But also, like, they also have people. Even if you're not on the card, you still gotta show up, just in case like somebody got hurt or somebody couldn't make a flight or something like that. So they're still probably showing up. They're still in town. They're still probably hanging out with people from like at the hotel or at a bar or whatever. Like I've seen videos of like Braun Strowman hanging out with like people I've never seen before, or like indie wrestlers, going fishing and whatnot. So they're probably still hanging out with one another, and so it would probably be safe for them to just pull them.
Yeah. I mean, not to jump ahead to AEW or anything, but I think Britt's pretty safe too with her own little quarantine box.
That was great. She's like, "What? You can't touch me. Oh, I can't hear you. Oh yeah, cheers, babe." Like that whole thing was great, and then boom, trash on her head. Get me the hell out of here.
Yeah, there's no roof to the box.
That was great. She's like, "This is soundproof." I'm like, "I can see above you, but okay." I'll suspend my disbelief for right
now. So moving on to Raw. Shocker. Charlotte finally put Asuka over, but then we found out why afterwards. Obviously, she's being written off for some more cosmetic surgery.
Yeah, because putting Asuka over in a fucking middle of a goddamn pandemic and all this other bullshit. Yeah, because that makes up for you beating her at WrestleMania and just cuz.
Yeah, and in a non-title match right before actually. Was it before or after she won? Right after she won the title. After Money in the Bank.
It was right after.
Yeah, it was like a week or two later, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think she was NXT champion at the time.
Yeah, and I remember saying, yeah, that's how you showcase your brand new Raw Women's Champion.
Lose to the development.
I keep seeing people post of how, Charlotte has a serious injury.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no.
But
she's getting fucking more plastic surgery.
WWE aren't helping because they're running with this story that Nia Jax has injured Charlotte, and obviously with Nia Jax's track record, that's very easy to believe.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, what bothers me is, like, if it was a legitimate, like, injury and surgery, it would have been posted way sooner. It would have been posted what was wrong with her. Yeah, there's not a single thing that, out of all the people that are posting, she has an injury.
More boob?
Yeah.
Yeah, if Nia Jax legit injured her, number one, she wouldn't have carried on having the match with Asuka because there was plenty of time between getting evaluated and then having the match, and they wouldn't have showed her coming out of the doctor's office covered in tape.
Yeah.
But yeah, WWE are just pouring fuel to the fire by making it look like Nia injured Charlotte. So I'm glad it wasn't an injury angle, but I'm also very thankful that we're getting no Charlotte for, I think, 6 weeks. Originally they said she was going to be off till a Rumble, but obviously it's only cosmetic surgery. She's going to be off for like 2 months maybe.
I'm hearing Rumble myself, but like my whole thing is I'm trying to think of like what the hell is she getting done?
I've heard like 6 to 7 months. So
6 to 7 months.
That's what was said originally, but then when it became clear that she was
everything.
Yeah, when it became clear that it wasn't an injury surgery, it was cosmetic surgery. I think then it was reported that it was only going to be a few weeks.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like she was only supposed to be out for a few weeks, but she requested time off on top of it.
Well, yeah, that's what I figured as well, that she was just getting time off. And then, obviously, you saw the guy I was arguing with saying, why would they give her time off right now when they've got no Becky Lynch? And I'm like, now's the perfect time to give her time off because you got no Becky, you got no Charlotte, now you need to build some female stars.
Yep.
And not just put all the belts on Sasha and Bayley.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna.
Vince would be lost without somebody, one of them.
The way I see this Sasha match going is obviously they were teasing Charlotte challenging Bayley on Raw, sorry. Was it Raw? On SmackDown. On SmackDown, she said it. Oh, Paige can come back.
Yeah, she's cleared, isn't she?
Yeah, well, I think right now Paige is going to keep her head low after the shit with her mum.
What happened with her mom?
Oh, she's been accused too of stuff. I think that was only last night that I heard that one. And then Paige's brother.
Paige's mom?
Yeah, because she's a wrestling trainer.
Oh, that's right.
And well, she just went off on one on Facebook and shut down all her social media. So yeah, I'm not expecting Paige anytime soon. But with Sasha teasing the challenge on Bayley, I'm going with Asuka's obviously going to beat Sasha, and then we'll finally get Sasha and Bayley maybe at SummerSlam.
Because they haven't been teasing that fucking deception for God knows how long.
3 years.
I swear it's been longer.
Yeah, maybe 5. We could probably expect them to lose the tag team championships before we get to SummerSlam as well, to add to the tension between them.
Is it going to be iconic?
I hope so. That would be so great. And
they're good right now.
They can even go around then saying, we beat you twice. Yeah, the Australian twice is the new twice.
Twice.
It was very female heavy for Raw this week, because the other thing that popped out was Natalya was a heel this week. She decided to be a heel this week. Liv loses again. We've got a random partnership between Natty and Lana. And then they're teasing Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott reuniting, which I don't agree with, because Liv's come so far on her own. I think going back to the Riott Squad now would be a step back.
Agreed. Not to mention, Ruby looks weird.
Yeah, Liv's, even though she's not winning matches, her gimmick's fine on its own. She doesn't need to be in a tag team again. She just needs a few wins.
That's it.
I really don't know why Natty and Lana's a thing. I'm guessing they're just keeping Lana around until their contract runs out because they just fired Rusev.
Well, it kind of like it started last Monday, last week. They were talking about how much shit they have in common.
Interesting sex lives?
Yeah, I don't really see what they've got in common, because Lana's about to get divorced
Lana's, looking to sleep with the next star so she can make her life famous, apparently.
In kayfabe, she's getting divorced for the second time. Obviously, in real life, she's still married to Rusev. And Natty's just a crazy cat lady.
Must be
I can't remember. I can't remember what all they were saying they have in common. They were just having just nothing was going their way was what was happening, what they had in.
The only two things I can see that they've got in common is they're both blonde and neither one of them can act.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts and cats.
You completely skipped over how Nia Jax almost got a black eye.
Oh, that's always good.
I'm glad that you knew what I was talking about on that.
Lost shit. Nia gets on the screen, I walk away.
Yeah.
So Nia was sitting in a chair, a metal chair in the middle of the ring. Then R-Truth comes out and he just does the biggest jumping split that he can do. And as soon as he goes down for the split, Nia's tits basically just almost gave her a black eye. And and then the camera points at her and she's just holding her boobs looking at R-Truth, and with the most serious look, she looks at Truth and says, "You made my boobs bounce."
It ain't fun when it's happening to you.
What in the world?
Yeah, it was funny as hell.
Truth, my bad. That's on me.
But
yeah,
what killed me about it was she said it so damn seriously. The look on her face while saying it was just hilarious.
I must say, only Bruce Pritchard would write this shit.
Yeah. God, isn't it so obvious that Paul Heyman's not around anymore?
I think it becomes grossly obvious when somebody that understands wrestling is writing it, and then somebody who is a sports entertainer starts writing.
Yes, man.
You feel the obvious difference.
Yeah.
Different.
And the other thing we completely glossed over, which was the opening to Raw. Dolph Ziggler's been traded to Raw, and he immediately gets a title shot against Drew because everybody wants to see Dolph Ziggler in the main title picture again.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know who told you everybody. They're full of shit.
Same person.
All I want to know is when the fuck did Dolph Ziggler become this goddamn first round pick? Okay.
Yeah.
You gave up AJ Styles for Dolph Ziggler. I'm sorry, I got robbed.
Wasn't it a 2-for-1? Who else did they get?
Bobby Roode.
Oh yeah, who
gross.
hasn't been on TV for months.
So I got 2 6-rounders for a first? What kind of shit is this? Fire my GM.
Who else on SmackDown? You could have got Daniel Bryan, Jeff Hardy, Sheamus.
You know what? Sheamus wouldn't have been too bad. Like a Sheamus and Dolph combo. See, that would have been not too bad. But nah. I mean, I would have loved D-Bry, but on a 3-hour show, I feel like he would just get plopped right in the middle when nobody gives a shit.
Yeah. He belongs on SmackDown. He's kind of like a locker room leader on SmackDown.
Yeah.
But they need more main eventers on Raw because Drew's got no competition. Hence why Dolph Ziggler instantly gets a world title shot.
This is what happens when you can't build stars.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a fucking everlasting cycle for as long as I can remember. You know what? For about 2001. It's been like that. It's been like this for almost 20 fucking years. They refused to really build stars. They leaned on Austin and The Rock and Angle and Taker and Triple H for as long as they fucking could. And then Cena takes that fucking reign, and then they fucking ride the coattails of Cena forever. And then they try to ride Punk's coattails, and he's like staring at him the whole way, like, what the fuck are you doing on my tail? And now that all those guys are gone, they're looking around like, fuck, what happened to Brock? Oh shit, he did some stuff too. God damn it. So, and to be honest with you, I'm not surprised when I saw that story about Brock.
Oh yeah.
It's just like, oh yeah, look at my joke. I'm like, whoa, hey, wait a minute. Is that how he got Sable?
Probably.
I'm just saying. Like, does that sound like out of the... I think that would just be like a normal everyday thing for Brock. Now, I don't think he'd be like making people... I think he'd just be like exposing himself to everybody because I'm Brock and fuck you. But he'd be like that dude in the fucking coat from all those random movies. Just flash and just run away.
Yeah, I mean, not to defend it or anything, but WWE was in the ruthless aggression era back then, and we were getting tits and ass on the screen all the time.
It was a bad episode of Raw if you didn't get tits and ass back then.
Yeah, in 98, Sable's got handprints over her boobs, and that's the only cover she's got.
First off, in 96, she's wearing just the leatherest of the leather, all right? So, let's be real here. And then you had fucking Marlena with her fucking tits hanging out, and Sunny walking around in the shortest shorts you ever seen. I think that was the only reason they decided to put her with the smoking guns, is so she can have tiny shorts on. Which I'm not mad at, by the way. Anyway,
now, funny enough, you mentioned CM Punk. Obviously, WWE Backstage got cancelled this week.
I was about to bring that up myself.
Yeah, and then something came out that
took long to get fired.
Fox sold the contracts they had over to WWE, which means CM Punk is now a WWE employee, if true. Which is very good timing, because on Saturday it's the 9th anniversary of the pipe bomb.
They're not going to go let him cut another one.
Well, they don't have a show on Saturday, but it'd be great to see him on Raw.
Or SmackDown.
Yeah, or SmackDown.
That's where all the stars.
I mean, actually, yeah, SmackDown is a Fox show.
That's probably where it would go, I'd say. I don't know. I feel like he would, if anything, he would be put on commentary.
Either way,
I mean,
that's
it would
fine.
be great.
Yeah, either way, him being back on WWE would be great.
Yeah, it would be great for views, I'm sure. It would be nice to see him back in the ring, I think, but I don't know how likely that would be.
He says he doesn't want to.
Yeah.
He says he wants to keep fighting, but like the reality is his fight game was just trash.
Yeah, and Dana White pretty much said he's never having another fight.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't mean that some dumbass company wouldn't sign him to fight.
Oh yeah,
but
Bellator.
But the point I'm making is like, I love CM Punk to death. I do. But like he expected to compete in the UFC after just kind of gradually just taking jiu-jitsu. I mean, granted, yeah, he had a few fight camps, and that's fantastic. And as somebody who's had a fight camp before, I will tell you this: they get you ready for a fight. Now, what really gets you ready for a fight is real years of experience. Not, oh, I've been doing jiu-jitsu on and off for 3 years. I'm the dad that comes in on Wednesdays and Fridays to do the amateur class. You know, while there's fucking kids my kids' age in the fucking expert class.
Yeah, I think Punk could absolutely wreck a normal guy like us, but somebody who's been fighting their whole adult life, no.
You know what? I'd like to go against him. I'm about to say, like, I was a blue belt. Let's see how far we go.
Okay. Dana, make it happen.
Oh, yeah, right, dude. I'm not going to Dubai.
Fuck it, add it to Promo Slam.
I'm dying. Let's go. The one fight, though, that didn't want to happen is for those who know the Green Ranger, Jason David Frank. I wanted that fight so bad.
I've never actually seen Jason David Frank fight.
Watch some of his stuff. He got huge. Like, he got really big. He was fighting 205s, I believe. So he put on some serious weight. And he was a really, really good jiu-jitsu guy. Like, he was a great grappler. He's not a very good striker.
I mean,
I've seen some of his stuff, and I thought he was pretty all right.
he was always
I mean,
clearly
I
the
don't
most
know.
talented Power Ranger.
I
Oh,
agreed. He was my favorite.
Like, I think his first episode, he was doing
interesting.
all these crazy jump kicks and stuff, and it's like, yeah, he needed no training for that.
I'll be completely honest here. When I first got introduced to wrestling, it started with my aunt. She told me about the Boogeyman.
Ooh.
So it was around the time Boogeyman was getting debuted. And I was sitting there watching it. I think it was Smackdown. And Matt Hardy came on. And what intrigued me the most to keep tuning in was I was so convinced Matt Hardy was the Green Ranger. Like, you go back, like, I'm not even kidding. You go and, like, look them up and do a side by side, and they look so much alike back then.
They had the same hair.
Yeah, like, it was like early 2000s. They were freaking identical. And I was so convinced. I was like, holy shit, there's a Power Ranger on wrestling. What the hell?
Tommy put on some weight.
Yeah.
So it's goddamn morphin' time.
And ever since then, I've just been like die-hard fucking Hardy Boys fan.
Because of the Green Ranger, but all right.
Yeah. Hey, it's what got me to tune in each week, and then I just got hooked on it. I just got hooked on it.
Damn it.
We'd have freaked out if Matt Hardy would just shout, yeah!
Right, just one time. Just one time.
Like that, it would be so great for him to just like pull out like a Power Ranger gimmick on AEW.
Well, I mean, he's already changing personas like the flip of the fucking coin, so.
Yeah, and the great thing on the match card for Dynamite as well this week, they showed like ghosts of all his different gimmicks behind him.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that.
Good evening, wrestling fans. Welcome back to another edition of The Evolution of Pro Wrestling. Woo! I'm Lewis, and this is Jay. Who made a bigger impact? Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Or The Rock?
Shawn Michaels? Or Ricky the Dragon Steamboat?
See, this is a crazy topic.
And we got an exciting topic for you tonight.
Who's better in which era? CM Punk or Bret Hart?
WrestleMania. Holy cow.
Tonight, we're going to be talking about the best and most shocking moments in SummerSlam history.
Hey everybody, it's the interview queen, Alicia Atute here, and you are currently listening to the Max Wrestling Podcast. It's time to take it to the max.
Hey, this is the charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy. Welcome to the Madhouse.
So, on to Impact. Which I have to admit I didn't have time to watch this week because we've been busy in the house, but I've looked up all the results and everything, so, okay. This means I've also got everybody's name written down this week, people, for those of you who are, who listen, and I'm always like, this guy, I can't remember who he was facing because I've only just got back into Impact.
Oh yeah, when that guy fought that guy.
So Tasha Steelz gets a win over Nevaeh.
With of course the help of Kiera Hogan.
Well, I've left that bit for you, yeah. Not a great debut for Nevaeh. Debut couple of weeks. She obviously came in as Havoc's bodyguard, which makes no sense because Havoc's probably the last person that would need a bodyguard in a women's division. And she just hasn't been very good backup because you'd expect her to get all these wins and just beat people up, and no. If anything, she's been kind of a letdown.
She came in like right there with Perosa, so.
Oh, now that's how you debut.
Yeah.
Oh well. Also, I mean, we got the return of Alicia Edwards, just to be fed to Deonna Purrazzo.
Now, did you watch the interview that they did last week with? I think it was like a live stream on.
Oh no.
Well, it was with Tommy Dreamer was on there, and then there was a couple of girls, but Peraza, she was like trying to cut this promo, and she just sounded like she was about to fucking cry the entire time. I was like, what have I missed here? And she was just she just got so upset. Like, it's like I couldn't tell if it was like a legit shoot or if she just got herself so worked up that she was just about to cry, and then she just ends up and hangs up in the middle of the call.
What was she upset about?
I don't know. Who's the current champ, women's champion?
Women's champ is Jordan Grace.
Yeah, it was. Jordan pops up on the call. It was like a Zoom podcast call type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And Jordan pops up and starts like interrupting her because they were interviewing her and talking about her coming back and like just coming in and how she's being made out to be such a top contender. And apparently like she's got to get like a title shot, and but she was just saying, and like they were just going at it, and then she just got herself worked up so much going back at her that she just sounded like she was about to cry.
Well, maybe she's just emotional because obviously she has a small experience in Impact before, and then she goes to NXT, and they're pushing her a little bit. You expect some big things from her, and then they release her from NXT, and Impact re-sign her, and they really make her a big deal instantly. So maybe it's just all got to her.
I don't know. I don't. Like I said, I couldn't tell if it was like legit or if she's just like a good actor or what. I couldn't tell.
I'd go with her being overwhelmed, and now we've got it confirmed that she'll be challenging Jordan at Slammiversary.
Yeah.
Nice.
They showed part of that interview on the show, and but the part where she got like overworked or overwhelmed or whatever it may have been, they completely cut that part out of it from what they showed on TV.
Yeah.
But I actually caught it live on Twitter last week, I think. It was right after the call, right after we recorded. Because I watched that, and then about 10 minutes later, that's when my phone started blowing up with everybody getting called out and shit.
Oh, crazy week. Okay. A surprising one from Impact that I read. I wish I could say that I saw. Was the North seemingly beginning a feud with Shamrock, jumping him on his way to the ring.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've been teasing that Shamrock's gonna go tag teaming with what's his face?
Callahan.
Yeah. See, you got the notes of everybody's names. I don't.
I didn't have that one notes. I just remembered that one.
Yeah.
Because I remember thinking, this is so weird. They were just trying to kill each other a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I know. And now they're pulling the card from WWE feud and make them a tag team.
Yeah, Sheamus Cesaro.
Yep. But yeah, they've been teasing that, so that doesn't really surprise me. That's just more or less confirmation.
It'll be strange, really, if they do put the tag team titles on Shamrock and Sami Callihan.
Yeah. Now, I haven't I didn't get to finish Impact neither.
Okay.
So I don't know if Moose, if they did another music entrance with Moose, like they did with EC3's music.
I didn't read
But-
anything about it.
But now with EC3, he cut another promo that went out
Yeah.
and standing in front of that Ring of Honor, kind of teasing like he's going to be going there. I don't know if that's a swerve or what's going on with that.
Yeah, I think he's really playing people and making them second guess themselves until he actually does go where he's going to go. They did seize that, they pretty much guaranteed that a former world champion is returning at Slammiversary though. And that could be EC3, Eric Young, James Storm.
There ain't no damn telling who it could be.
EY is my guess.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that was like assumed from the beginning, and that like nobody pictured not EC3, Eric Young going anywhere but Impact.
Yeah, I think he would be the most obvious to go back.
Yeah.
He had a huge run in Impact, like, well, obviously the TNA original, and did absolutely nothing in WWE.
Pisses me off because I really enjoyed Sanity.
Yeah. They were doing well in
Yeah.
NXT, and then they moved him to SmackDown, and they just ceased to exist.
Still pisses me off.
So the teaser we got for the former world champion was like, it suggested alcohol. That brings me to James Storm.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I said last week was they're probably just gonna keep teasing different world champions, different people that got released. They're just gonna tease all of them,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna finally. Hell, it might even be damn Heath Slater that's gonna go after Moose. Because there's probably going to be multiple ones because they teased Heath Slater.
Yeah.
Coming there. They've teased EC3. They've teased James Storm. They've even had ACES and EIGHTS. They've had. They're teasing all of them. So it's going to be who's going to go after Moose. That's just the biggest question. And they're keeping it a damn good secret, I think.
Yeah, Heath's the only one in 3MB who needs a world championship too.
Oh man, just give it to him just so we can have it.
And then they'll go back to WWE and they'll give him the WWE title. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Alright, before we get to the end of Impact, Taya Valkyrie gets a win over Susie, only to get a super kick from Kylie at the end of the match and completely oversells a super kick. One of the reasons I can't stand Taya Valkyrie.
Well, Kylie also oversells a grumpy face.
Yeah.
Because somebody told her she smiles too much.
I know I'm not supposed to like her, but okay, then we have the main event with Madman Fulton and Eddie Edwards. And it was what happened after the main event that got most people talking about Impact, which, as you mentioned, was the tease of ACES and EIGHTS.
Yeah.
Now, for me, I did kind of enjoy ACES and EIGHTS right up until they started unmasking people, and it was people we'd never heard of, like Wes Briscoe and Garrett Bischoff, and then Nux. They pull out the bag. And Doc Gallows, who wasn't as big as he is now back then. He was just the guy that used to be Festus.
Yeah, what I have a feeling it's gonna be, they're gonna bring back ACES and EIGHTS, and it's gonna be Fulton, Gallows, and Ace Austin, and then probably one or two others.
Carl Anderson's still a free agent as well.
I didn't throw him in there. I mean, he might go there, but he keeps teasing New Japan. He's gonna go back to Japan. So
I think with ACES and EIGHTS as well, it also opens a door for, as we mentioned, a former world champion. Bully Ray's a former world champion.
yeah, I mean that's a good possibility with Ring of Honor not doing any shows or pretty much not doing anything.
Yeah, and they pretty much lost their booker.
It's a good possibility that we'll start seeing some Ring of Honor people moving around.
Yeah. Bully Ray would be the most likely person that D'Lo was talking to as well about getting the band back together.
Yeah.
I would say that D'Lo was vice president and Bully was the president. Now, gotta wonder if they'll bring Devon back as well. Devon was the sergeant at arms. I think the reason I liked ACES and EIGHTS so much to begin with was because they did base it almost entirely on Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, I can see that.
So
I've started watching that, by the way.
Amazing show. I've always said Sons of Anarchy is one of the very few shows that never let me down at the end. Come off Game of Thrones.
Pissed everybody off.
Yeah, I would say Sons of Anarchy and Black Sails were the most satisfying long-term shows for me.
Oh yeah. I really enjoyed Black Sails.
Criminally underrated.
What does the shape have to say?
Shape.
It's time to shape up.
It's time for you to prove that you are more than a one-headed wonder.
It's only right for us to set that bar, to set that standard.
I take the shape of whatever I need to be. Travis Anderson, your time has come.
Max Wrestling presents Promo Slam August 20th. Go to maxwrestlinguk.weebly.com for more information.
This is the pretty badass Kelly Klein telling you to turn it to 11 and take it to the max.
This is the voice of Killer Cross. And right about now, we're about to take it to the max. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Madhouse.
Alright, so on to the Wednesday Night Wars.
Now, I don't care. Like, everybody keeps saying, oh, it's not a war. It's not a bull fucking shit. After last night, it's definitely a damn Wednesday Night War now. Oh, I mean, just so happens, AEW is about to do 2 weeks of Fyter Fest, yes. And now guess what? 2 weeks of Great American Bash.
I'm so glad I didn't bring that up, and you were the first one to mention it. Because I was just going to rip.
Outsider, damn it.
Yeah, I was going to rip it and say, oh, look at WWE copying AEW. But, I mean, it is plainly obvious. There was no mention of Great American Bash until now. But
weeks of it.
You got damn AEW doing, like, retro-themed shows. They just did a little while back. Bash at the Beach.
Yeah.
And now, they're bringing back those retro WCW gimmicks, and now you got NXT coming up with retro, like, WWF shows. They just did it In Your House, and now they're doing Great American Bash. Yeah, okay. They're playing copycat.
Not just that,
Great
though.
American
The fact,
Bash, WCW.
Yeah, not just the fact that it's retro, but the fact that they decide suddenly to do a pay-per-view named episode the same week as AEW are doing Fyter Fest.
And if you want to go a little bit farther, you got Sheeta won the women's title, and then who right after won the women's title in NXT? Another Japanese girl.
Got a problem against Japanese, homie?
Not at all. I'm just saying, fuck WWE. I'm starting to get pissed off that they're playing copycat.
I don't know about copycat on that one. In my opinion, with that one, like, I don't know if that was copy. That wasn't as copycat as the Daniel Bryan EY situation.
Oh man, that was bad.
That was as copycat as you could get. Now, I think what it is they both companies understood, shit, this is probably our best worker. We should give her the title.
Yeah.
And there you go.
They were...
Well, I mean, that's what I thought too, because I said when we were doing the predictions for it that I felt like she was deserving of it. And I'm not saying she's not, because she is. It's just now I'm suspicious if fucking Vince McMahon is getting his hands more wrapped around NXT, which they've said that he has been.
I'm about to say, was it not obvious with the puke last week?
I'm
and
like,
the dumpster throwing.
Like,
Come on, like it's the little stuff. It's the trash jokes. It's the puke. It's the shoe. Since when the fuck did Robert Stone become woman from WCW with the goddamn shoe? Everybody's pulling out the shoe.
Yeah, or random task
I'm
from
just
Austin
waiting
Powers.
for. I'm just waiting for like next week. Cameron Grimes is going to come out with a damn pooper scooper.
Cameron Grimes, man.
Okay, let's talk NXT before AEW, because we've got to predict night one of Fyter Fest this week. I was looking at, obviously I watched Dynamite and NXT at the same time, and I was looking through Twitter, and I just saw loads of people saying, okay, so AEW are opening with this, and NXT are opening with a Cameron Grimes match. I'm gonna watch AEW.
I can't say I blame him, but I did watch NXT first, and I really enjoyed it. First off, I'm loving like what Cameron Grimes does. Like everything he's doing, I think it's the best. He fucking beats up Damian Priest like in his car, like uses the car to beat him up, and as he's like walking away from the scene of the crime, the camera guy just walks by him. He's like, "Oh, Damian Priest looks a little bit squashed." He just walks away. I'm like, this guy's awesome.
Yeah.
And then he goes to the ring and was like, "Oh, this guy's trying not to fight me again." He's like, "It's the greatest match of his life." Says like what did he say? He said, I had to wrestle Finn Balor with a broke jaw. He's like, first this guy, he's like, he no-shows me, and now he's all laying around and act like he got beat up. I'm like, you beat him up. What do you mean act like he got beat up? You beat him up.
Yeah, it's not that Cameron Grimes is bad. It's the fact that they really haven't showcased him as a legit threat to anybody until really this week.
Yeah. I think this week worked out great. And then on top of that, like the match was a good story. It was a very, very good story. Apparently Damian Priest is the fucking face all of a sudden. I
always kind of felt he's a tweener.
All I know is when this guy wants to sell his back, I fucking feel bad. Because, like, he sells the shit out of it where I'm like, okay, leave this fucking guy alone. Because he's selling it like it's broken.
Now, the one thing I can't really get into, well, I'm finding it hard to get into, is Phantasma's faction.
What?
I don't know, it just seemed kind of bland.
The legacy of Phantasma?
I know he's a big
name.
I know he's a big deal and everything. It's just like the whole presentation of the group. It's just very basic.
It's dudes in suits.
Yeah. Well, we've seen 100 times before.
They should stay masked at all times until they're about to wrestle. That way it's a constant disrespect to the luchadors.
Yeah.
I think that's something they should start doing ASAP. And get rid of the fucking suits.
Yeah, the suits are what makes it basic.
Yeah, I'm not like that's what I'm saying. Like, switch the suits for fucking lucha masks. Where the goddamn the shirt he was wearing? Was it the Legacy of Phantasma? I can't pronounce in Spanish right now. I'm too fucking tired. But I mean, like, try that. Try something like these fucking suits, man. I feel like I'm watching Seth Rollins' gimmick on fucking NXT.
Which has won a lot of people over, including me.
The fucking Monday Night Messiah.
No. Hard pass.
Okay. They're still going with Dominic Mysterio as well. Another thing we glossed over.
What was that, Dominic?
He actually got physical this week though, and he looked good doing it.
Yeah. He's getting there. I'm wondering when they're actually going to put him in a match.
Yeah. Probably SummerSlam.
That's the next step. Hey, I'm down.
All right. Yeah, and like we said last week, it would be full circle because Dominic was on the line once at SummerSlam in a ladder match.
I'm telling you,
bring that up, Aisha.
I really want them to put like fucking just to have it poetic a little bit. Just have like Rey Mysterio's career on the line, or just put him somehow like his mask or his career or something. Put that on the mask so he can be on the line.
Yeah. That'll work.
Add a little fuel to the fire. Why not? We got till August anyway.
We had another. Well, it wasn't really a squash match. It did last a little bit longer. Actually, I think it lasted longer than Ciampa, where it was Cross defeating Bronson Reed.
Yeah, they threw each other around.
A little back and forth. Not a squash, just kind of quick.
Well, it was a squash with big ass. I want to call him Jonah Rock. With big, fucking what the hell's his real? I forget what they. Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
With big ass Bronson Reed getting in like a throw in here and there, but like the exploder suplex, Saito, he's just throwing this big fucker around like it's nothing.
Cross is insane.
Yeah, he's a strong fucking guy. Or as they say in my other fucking favorite podcast, well, he's a big strong motherfucker.
Yeah. The great detail on Cross's match is after the match. They had a female referee for this match, and she raises his hand, and he just gives it an absolute death stare.
It's great.
There's only one woman raising my arm.
Who in the hell are you? And let's be honest, if Charlotte was raising my arm, I kind of wouldn't want nobody else doing it either.
Well, yeah, very true.
Like, no, you don't touch. That's her job.
Plus, she's very scary.
You're fucking telling me.
Speaking of scary, Dexter Lumis scared the shit out of Roddy Strong and wins by countout. And Strong just completely runs away. Strong.
This whole thing kills me.
Strong pulled a Monty Python. Run away.
He's just like, nope. He's like, no, I'm not doing it. And then Dexter gets out and he's like, nope, fuck this shit. He bolts. And Fish is like, where are you going?
Yeah, and then Dexter just
because there's nobody in the crowd, you hear him yelling.
Like a snake.
I did love the psychiatrist part, though. Roddy's got like his eyes closed. He refuses to look at the doctor. And then all of a sudden, he's just like, Kyle, let's go get in that trunk. And I'm like, wait, what? What the fuck? Okay, somebody's really enthusiastic about a trunk. And then he gets in, and he gets out, and Adam Cole's like, that's great. Now you got a match. And I'm like, whoa, what the fuck happened to, like, baby steps, man? This guy went from conquering the trunk to get your ass in the ring. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
This is abrasive.
Yeah, they're doing this so well, this whole feud with Dexter Lumis.
And I'm not going to lie, I thought Kyle O'Reilly's beard was fake. It is not. And it's awesome.
You must teach me.
You must teach me how to grow a two-tone beard. With this fucking, like, it's red. It's a red beard. Like he's a fucking ginger. But he's not, but he's not a ginger.
Okay, main event was, of course, a triple threat match. Keith Lee successfully defending his North American Championship against Gargano and Balor. Hell of a main event.
Yeah, pretty fun, mate.
And now we're going to get the winner take all next week against Adam Cole, baby.
Cole and Keith. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe it's. I think Adam Cole is a double champ. I think if there's anybody who deserves that moniker, it would be Adam Cole. But at the same time, I don't see how they wouldn't mind the idea of just giving Keith Lee everything and letting him run it for a bit.
Well, at the risk of unifying everything, I'm still hoping that Cross just interferes and makes it a no contest.
That'd be great, but like that's the thing that I think we're all a little worried about. We know Vince has got his hands in shit, and when Vince has his hands in shit, he loves to unify titles.
Yeah.
For the sake of nothing.
That was rumored to be what's happening because they're wanting to restructure title belts and redesign them all again. And so it's rumored that they're going to unify it, and it'd be like the, I don't fucking know, North American NXT World Champion or some shit like that.
I have no fucking.
Surely even Vince knows that NXT needs a mid-card belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got the Cruiserweight title.
Oh, yeah, true. I forgot about that. Yeah, but you still got to be under 205 to go for it.
Yep.
Well, that's about half their roster.
First off, I don't think Santos is under 205. Have you seen the fucking back on that guy?
Ugh.
He's a wide mofo.
Yeah.
And of course,
maybe they
his
just
first
forgot
opponent.
About it.
Nobody mentioned his first opponent, which was the guy in my whole theory, by the way, being Jake Atlas. Now he loses to the legacy of Phantasma after Drake Maverick got fucking killed on concrete, legitimately no table, all concrete.
Yeah.
And then now I'm sure this might lead to some sort of tag, maybe, kind of, sort of. I have to have this Jake Atlas turn. If I can't have a fucking masked Phantasma and an unmasked Phantasma, I better have Jake Atlas as part of this fucking clique.
It definitely needs something.
Yeah, it needs spicing up. I'm telling you, man, let me write this thing. I got it.
Okay, well, there's 4 matches announced for the Great American Bash next week. I guess we should predict this too, seeing as it's kind of a special.
It's fucking 2 weeks. So yeah. What is with the? I mean, Fyter Fest, I get it. Like, you know, WWE did fucking WrestleMania. It's too big for one day. And, you know, AEW, they did it great. Like, Fyter Fest was free, and this is a great way to keep it free, but just give us great matches. So I think this is great.
Wasn't it?
But then, like how fucking Trav said, oh, it's not a war. My ass. Here comes, oh, fuck. Vince is like scrolling through names. What names can we use? What names can we use? This one. And then fucking Triple H is probably sitting in the room. Hey, Vince, you know this is a WCW one. Get the fuck out of my office. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, last year at Fyter Fest, it was a pay-per-view, but it wasn't really a main pay-per-view. It was kind of like a house show that was being broadcast.
Yeah, and wasn't that the one with CEO?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the gamer one.
This year it's just an AEW event.
We had that gamer dude fucking wrestle Nakazawa.
Oh, who was it?
Something Bailey?
Who?
Getting damn slammed on Legos.
Is his name like Jim Bailey or something like that?
Alex Jabali, yeah.
Alex Jabali. I was like, something Bailey.
Just nuts. Okay, so for the Bash next week, we have a strap match between Roddy Strong and Dexter Lumis.
Ooh. Now you're talking. That sounds like Great American Bash written all over it.
Yeah. How about a Texas Bull Rope?
Bring some fucking physicality back to wrestling, please.
Well, since Strong can't run away, we gotta go with Dexter Lumis for this one. I
think
anyway.
so.
Oh yeah.
You know what? No. Since everybody's just jumping on that, I think Roddy's going to get the win with the help of Bobby Fish.
Another viable option.
It could go either way, honestly. I personally could see it going either way, but I gotta stick with Dexter Loomis, man. I'm just loving him too much.
He is on a tear.
I'd hate to bet against him right now.
Yeah, like I said, he is on a tear.
Did I say 4 matches? I can only see 3 actually. So. Wait. Yeah,
Sounds like
yeah, there is
WWE
4. Obviously, there's 4. Okay. Next match. Rhea Ripley in a handicap match against Aaliyah and Robert Stone.
Rhea.
But
Rhea.
Ripley will join the Robert Stone brand if she loses. Gotta be Ripley. Gotta be Ripley.
God, it was so great. Aaliyah comes running out. Just because your career's in the trash doesn't give you the right to throw my manager in it. I'm like, wait, what?
Oh, boy.
And, yeah, no, Rhea. This is going to be fun.
Looking through this, actually, it's not next week, it's the week after we get Keith Lee and Adam Cole, so that's going head-to-head with night 2 of Fyter Fest. So, yeah, there
Which
is
is,
only 3
I
matches
believe
announced
that...
for next week.
I think it's also, we'll get Cage and Mox on night 2.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So, the other match for next week...
If they're smart.
...is a Fatal 4-Way. There always seems to be a Fatal 4-Way for a number 1 contender for the NXT Women's Championship. This time it's Tegan Nox, Candice LeRae, Mia Yim, and Dakota Kai.
They have no way of fucking, building anybody. So this is their way of, here we go. Just, get the fuck out there.
I mean, at least they don't do the main roster thing and just throw them all in one match.
Yeah, thank God. I'm going Candice. No. Even though, Dakota has been, I want to say Dakota's kind of been on the rise as of late.
Yeah.
But I just can't stop imagining her, shooting something out of her forearm when she does her thing. It reminds me of Mega Man.
Yeah, I mean, we've got 2 feuds going on in this match. We've obviously got Tegan and Dakota Kai, and then Candice and Mia, so... given the fact that she's only recently started to be pushed, I'm going to go with Candice. Trav?
Let's see here. I'm going one of 2 ways. I can't decide. I'll go Mia.
Interesting.
Okay.
Hell, maybe they'll be the first. Well, no, they're not married. Never mind. First boyfriend and girlfriend champions. No, that was Steph and Trips.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, yeah. We just had Sasha and not Sasha, fucking Becky and Seth.
Oh, that was awful.
Yeah, it's true.
That was awful.
They weren't married, but still.
They're gonna be. Okay.
Yeah.
Fyter Fest, night 1, 5 matches.
Alright.
We can probably discuss Dynamite as we go on with this one too. So we'll kick it off with Private Party versus Santina and Ortiz.
Shit. This is what kills me, and also why I love it, honestly. It can go either fucking way with this as well. PMP, they haven't really had much gain as of late. You know, they haven't had much of a push, shockingly. So it would be a good time for them to get that push and
they've been getting some shine with Matt Hardy. He's been giving them some TV spotlight.
A little bit, but it's all been singles matches with them, mostly. Hey, not as a tag team. But then you mentioned Matt Hardy with, Hardy Party. And so they've been getting... It seems like they're about to get a push of some sort. So it could literally go either way with it. Damn.
I can't really abbreviate this one either because it's PP versus PMP.
I'll go Private Party.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Santana and Ortiz just because they haven't really done much, but they've been on TV more than Private Party.
Yeah.
Did Matt Hardy beat Santana last night? Because I fell asleep.
Yeah.
I want to say he did. Yeah.
Yeah, he got like a roll up.
Oh, this would have been when my internet just died for like 10 minutes, so I missed like 10 minutes of both shows.
Nice. I got Santana and Ortiz.
All right. Now another tag team match. Actually, we got 3 tag team matches on this show.
Mm-hmm.
Jurassic Express versus MJF and Wardlow.
MJF and Wardlow.
Absolutely.
I mean, did you guys not see that great opener?
Oh yeah.
That thing was awesome. I mean, Wardlow with this fucking this giant man Hurricane Rana, by the way, executed perfectly, if I might add. The fucking stage spot was awesome. Marco, I swear to God, he touched the heavens. This fucking poor little guy flew in the air. And then Wardlow just crashes like a fucking ton of bricks. I thought that was a great spot. And then I love Luchasaurus, and I'm like, I love that he's doing these spots. He barely got that fucking shooting star press. Barely got it. And you know what? It looked good, so that's fine. But it was just like, dude, heaven forbid there wasn't a sea of dudes. Like, what would have happened?
I love the fact that AEW did a lumberjack match in the middle of a pandemic. The least socially distanced match possible in wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, MJF's still undefeated, so I gotta go MJF and Wardlow as well. Travis?
Oh, I already said mine.
He's with us,
MJF. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, somebody was I'll go ahead and put him on blast. No, I won't, just so he sits with anticipation. I have somebody who asked me, why does the ranking system in AEW not make sense? And I said, in what way does it not make sense? I said, well, if fucking MJF is like constantly been number 1 for so long, why wasn't he given a title match? I said, have you seen how many matches this guy's had? He's like, oh, yes, he didn't have that many matches. Like, so why would all of a sudden he get a title shot over somebody else? Plus, the idea is, I guess, every time they bring in somebody new, they want to give them a title shot, so that way they can establish them as a main eventer, an upper mid-carder, a mid-carder, whatever. And then there you can be gauged.
Yeah.
But he was just like, well, MJF should have got a title. I was like, that's what they're building towards. You get him angrier and angrier and angrier and angrier, and then eventually he's just going to say, I demand a fucking title shot. And best case scenario, it's going to be against Cody, and it's going to be killer.
Yeah, you know, I didn't even think about Cody and MJF for the TNT title, because that isn't on the ranking system. That's just open challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that'd be good.
But I mean, he is ranked number 1. So I mean, if there's anybody more deserving of accepting an open challenge.
Yeah. Okay, now we have 3 title matches on night 1. First up, Hikaru Shida defending against Penelope Ford.
Shida.
Yeah.
Ford is gorgeous as all hell, and I think she's like one of the better workers. But nah. You can stay looking sexy over there. Right?
Oh.
I feel like Steph walked into the room because, Jesus Christ, she laid that fucking thing in.
And then Shida beat, was it Red Velvet? She beat her so fast I didn't even have time to write her name down.
She came in, hit the move, and was out.
Yeah, I think her name was Red Velvet anyway. Just absolutely squashed. And then
she pulled the old Brock Lesnar, I don't get paid by the hour.
Yeah, and then she just goes right after Ford.
It was great. And then
it was great.
I love Kip Sabian. He's all freaking out, breaking them up like while they're fighting, and he realizes, "Oh God damn it, you broke my glasses!" And he gets all mad at her.
Oh, that was cool seeing Kip Sabian get decked.
I was like, dude, those things were broke for a while.
Oh man, I'm liking it.
It was a really good show today.
If wrestling has taught us anything, one of the scariest things is an angry Japanese girl.
Oh yeah. You do not want to make the little Japanese ladies mad.
Okay. Do you know, I'm not really expecting any title changes, but Cody, Jake Hager for the TNT Championship.
I gotta stick with Cody. Somebody told me this guy has like a god complex right now, and I'm like, that's far-fetched. Do I think he's cutting like the most babyface Ric Flair promos ever? Yeah. But I don't see him like having like a god complexion. Do you guys feel that way? Do you feel he's so unbeatable?
No, I think he's just trying to legitimize the TNT title.
Or is it just like they're actually building this shit up, and when finally he does lose, it means something?
Yeah, and it's the only singles title he can go for, so it's got to mean something.
Yeah. Fuck you, fucking What Culture and your goddamn god complex bullshit.
Oh, always fuck What Culture.
Dude, like, when I read that, and then I got asked about it, like, I was like, dude, stop reading What Culture.
Yeah.
And he looked right at me, how did you know? I was like, oh, because they're idiots. That's how I know. Did you not see, like, the only good people that work for that staff run away and do their own thing, Cultaholic, and then, they went to shambles?
Yeah. I did like the press conference segment too.
That was great. Goddamn Arn Anderson, like every fucking true pro wrestler, the mic's right there in the middle for everybody, and he pulls it in front of his goddamn face. Like, dude, really? Like you can't just like let it chill. He's like, I gotta cut this promo. Let me grab this thing. And he sounds like the same dude from '96.
I mean, really, if it was a press conference, they all should have had microphones.
The only thing that killed me about it was Dustin. He got too damn angry at that girl.
Cody, like, fucking Jake Hager does nothing except he puts his like fist close to Cody's face, and Dustin just flips his shit.
Yeah,
I'm like,
dude,
him. Calm the fuck down.
But Cody was peacemaker for all of it. Okay, just let him go.
Then water gets thrown in his face, and he's like, it's fine. I was like, I'm surprised Brandy didn't just like jump over the table. Like,
yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Why didn't Brandy do anything?
I would have been great. At least get her in the shot trying to, get past Cody. If anything.
Brandy probably got scared by damn Dustin's reaction.
I mean, technically, throwing a drink over somebody is assault. I remember, was it Paige who got arrested for
assault,
it?
Brother.
Paige actually got arrested for it once.
It's true.
I believe it.
Yeah, I buy it.
Okay, all for Cody on that one. And I'm guessing main event for night one is the World Tag Team Championships. Kenny Omega and Paige defending against the Best Friends.
Best Friends.
Best Friends.
Yeah.
Okay, you're going for title change.
I know you said. Yeah, I know you said you don't see any title changes. I do. I definitely think we're going to get a title change this time. It's going to be the only title change, and it's going to be this one.
I don't hate it. I'm not going to lie. I love Hangman and Kenny as tag champs. I think that they are making teams better, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
By they're going out there, they're working with, like, legit working with them. They're allowing them to, just to get over. They're not just getting beat to shit. But at the same time, if you paid attention to half of that fucking video package, it was about the possible deception of Hangman and Kenny. Like, how is one guy, how they can't even share the same drink. They shouldn't be friends. And I'm like, first off, that's not true at all. Okay. It's like, I know plenty of motherfuckers that they'll drink straight whiskey, and I'm looking at them like, yeah, I'm down. And then I have other friends, and I'll say this politically correct, my Mexican Latino friends which, you know, it's my family, who are drinking just fucking straight tequila, like not even wincing, while I'm like doing the whole lime, salt, and then like a jitter afterwards, and I'm fucking Mexican.
Yeah, I'm actually jealous at that immunity to tequila.
Right?
How?
Jesus. I get 2 shots in and it's ball game. But I'll kill some Jameson like it's soda.
But then you get The Rock as well, who's also seemingly immune to tequila.
But have you seen how much tequila this guy fucking drinks, though?
Exactly. I mean, I saw a live video once. I think it was after Rocky Johnson passed away, and then The Rock put out a video, and there was like, he had a bottle of tequila in front of him, and half of it was gone.
Gone. Like nothing. Oh, it's ridiculous. I've tried his tequila. The Terminado, as you will. It's really smooth. Very, very smooth. You could it would sneak up on you. That's for damn sure.
All right, so
anyway, you know what? I'm with Trav. Let's go with the best friends. I'm down for I don't want to see the deception, but I keep hoping that one of these 2 dudes is going to be next for Mox.
Okay.
And there's no way that this is going to happen without them being tag champs.
I mean, I could see that. I think it would be great. I would love to see, Kenny and Mox go at it again. I would love to see Hangman and Mox go at it. But it would set up beautifully for them to lose and then Hangman just get fucking pissed. Or even Kenny get pissed. Or one of them turn. They just start beating the shit out of each other, and then they set up for them to be number 1 contender, have a number 1 contenders match, or something to that effect.
I always said that the most over Kenny was heel Kenny. I've always said it.
Also, the other reason is they're bringing in more tag teams, they're creating more tag teams, and it's a good time for them to go back to singles acts.
And that way you give the belts to a legit team, a team that can work well with everybody. You know, they have great styles, they're good storytellers. It can work out.
It is kind of annoying now that they've now finally started getting along.
Yeah. It took a little bit. It took them understanding that they're different. It took them understanding that, hey, we are the oddball couple, and we need to figure it out, and they figured it out.
Yeah. We're getting a huge 8-man tag match on night 2 now that we know. Great tag team match again. FTR defeat SCU, and after the match, they're distracted by Blade and Andy Williams.
Blade and the Andy. Yeah. First off, when I was watching this and I seen them in the truck, my heart stopped, and I'm like, don't mess up that truck. How dare you even sit in that fucking seat?
They really like doing those truck entrances, don't they, on Dynamite?
That thing is so badass. I'm sorry. My dad owned one of those, and that was the exact vision we had. Was we were going to lower it a little bit, we were going to jet black, we were going to do it up. And he ended up selling it, and me and my brother, were absolutely heartbroken. But that exact truck is what I had envisioned to do with my dad's. But it would have been green. It would have been green, because that's my thing. I like green.
And so, who are you going with, Dazzy, for the tag team titles?
Yeah, I'm sticking with Omega Page.
Oh, okay.
I think if they're going to drop the titles, it'll be to... I mean, no disrespect to Best Friends, but a bigger tag team like maybe FTR or Blade and Andy Williams.
I wouldn't. I'd, and I'm saying this, but I would love to see them lose them to the Bucks.
Yeah, all that.
I would love to see Hangman. I know I picked the Best Friends, but heaven forbid that doesn't happen. And say it's either FTR or the Bucks, right? Say they have going number one, one-on-one, or they go against each other for the number 1 contendership, and say maybe the Bucks win, what a perfect deception to break up the quote-unquote elite than to finally, now Kenny's mad that his best friends beat him, and then Hangman's pissed off because he probably is going to be the guy that would take the pin from Matt just to stir the pot. So he goes on a drinking binge, I can write this shit now.
All Lucha Brothers, Pentagons, are finally back now.
I'm about to say
Yes,
they're finally able to get out of Mexico, and it looks like they're going to move to Florida.
Nice.
This is where to go. This is how to do. I mean, don't get me wrong, Mexico's cheap as fuck, but when your job's in Florida.
The weird thing, obviously, from Dynamite was Colt Cabana, Boom Boom, and Dark Order. He's kind of with them, but he's kind of not.
Yeah, he's like on a tryout or something. It's fucking weird.
Yeah. Be careful how you cook your steak, is all I can say, Colt.
Hey, that's a good turn. I like that.
Now, I did like how, oh man, I keep wanting to call him damn Luke Harper.
Brody Lee. Mr. Brody Lee.
I know that's his name, but I just don't want to call him Brody Lee because I can't see Brody Lee.
No, Mr. Brody Lee.
I don't give a fuck.
Get the Mr.
I don't give a damn.
That's fine. I saw somebody this morning still refer to Mox as Ambrose.
Oh well,
Lord.
Fuck that.
Okay, like that one's kind of old.
but anyways, going back to that match, I liked how Brody took that. He took that shot for push Colt Cabana out of the way. Hey, Joey Janela jumps out of the ring and just like Brody just grabs him in midair and just like throws him into the damn barricade.
Yeah.
You the bastard.
Wow.
By the way, can we talk about how cool of a fucking team Joey Janela and Sonny Kiss are?
Now
that's an oddball team.
I like
it. Is an oddball, but it works.
That vignette, dude, felt like a 80s buddy comedy, but like an action comedy. It was great. I liked it.
Yeah, as an oddball team, it's kind of like Goldust and Booker T.
Yes.
Well, actually, no. Joey Janela's not as cool as Booker T, but
he's not as cool as Booker T. But is Sonny Kiss more provocative than Goldust?
Oh, definitely.
I think they even themselves out there.
Yeah.
All I know is the quote of the night, because again I pitch it all the freaking time. Watch the stuff with Harold. Harold's fucking quote of the night is, "Holy crap, Sonny Kiss has got a lot of ass." And I said, "Yeah, I'm not trying to be gay. I'm just it's the fuck out there, okay? It is the fuck. If you wanted to trick a man, I'm sure somebody would be, but we're not trying to.
Sonny Kiss is the fuck out there.
Yeah, that's true. That personality is something fierce. I've gone back and watched some of his indie stuff. Incredibly athletic, like ridiculously athletic. But the character's over the top. It does remind me a lot of Goldust.
Yeah.
But I want to say a more modern Goldust. If that makes sense.
Yeah, well, it's the gimmick Orlando Jordan didn't do very well. But it's not really a gimmick. That's just Sonny Kiss.
That's just Sonny Kiss. Go out there and be your gimmick. What's my gimmick?
You.
Just go be you. Oh, that's easy.
You said Orlando Jordan. It just reminded me that they released so many people from WWE, but Jason Jordan is still there.
Not only there, I think he was there helping out Jeff Hardy the day he crashed that car, quote unquote.
Yeah, well.
Speaking of people that were released, Cesar Bononi in the background of AEW.
The thing is, everybody else who was released can still wrestle.
Yeah.
Plus,
Jason Jordan's been so long. I don't do what.
Plus, Jason Jordan's now on paternity.
Oh.
Kurt Angle's a grandfather.
Grandfather here.
But not really.
As he chops his spaghetti with scissors.
I love that video.
It's just been so long that I completely forgot about Jason Jordan. I forgot like
The
what
world
even
forgot about
happened to
Jason
him.
Jordan.
Yeah, he's just a producer.
And I was scrolling Twitter, and he popped up on like one of those like people you may want to follow type thing.
Oh, yeah.
And he popped up. I was like, and I was looking at his bio, and he said that he was a WWE superstar. I'm like, really? I forgot you even exist.
Technically,
He's just a producer. The thing that kills me with that Kurt Angle video chopping the spaghetti with scissors is how angry his wife gets at it. Like,
oh, she was fucking furious.
she can't believe that he's cutting spaghetti with scissors, and
She's
I'm like,
you
it's
can't
genius.
be that lazy, Kurt.
It's not lazy, it's genius.
He's like, hey, I won a gold medal with a broken freaking neck. And she's like, oh my god, don't give me that broken freaking neck crap. I'm like, dude, that's a typical wife answer.
I'm so confused as to what y'all are talking about.
Have you not seen the video where like Kurt Angle's sitting there, he's eating spaghetti, and all of a sudden he just grabs scissors and chops it, just so it's easier, so he's not slurping noodles?
Oh my god.
His wife flips her shit.
How long ago
She's
was
got to
this?
be Italian. She's got to be Italian.
Yeah, I think she
I
is.
don't know no other reason for you to flip your shit over.
Yeah, he's secretly filming it at the dinner table, and all the while she's flipping out, he's just looking at the camera trying not to laugh.
He's like, can I get some more milk? I'm like, who the fuck drinks milk with spaghetti?
Oh, Kurt drinks milk with everything.
Apparently. Fucking hell.
One of the many reasons we will always love Kurt Angle.
Oh, Lord.
He's so down to earth.
He's great. He's so great.
Alright, well, we've predicted Fyter Fest Night 1. That's AEW's next special, but we're going deep on August 20th for Promo Slam, where you will see a first time ever exhibition between The Shape and Travis Walker Anderson, and who knows, Travis could be pulling double duty. He's one of the 8 participants looking to become this year's King of the Mic, where the winner will challenge the promo champion at Promo Slam.
Yeah, it's definitely. I'm not going for a triple duty. Y'all can find somebody else for the knowledge. I'm not doing it this go around.
Well, the Knowledge Championship will be.
I want to leave on a good note. I don't know if I'm going to do it again because I did so great. I don't want to look like
there's
shit.
no way I'll ever top this flipper again.
Yeah, pretty much.
The Knowledge Championship will be on the line as the Phoenix defends in the Summer Freeway against Moses and one other challenger to be confirmed. And it's not going to be Travis.
Oh yeah, he just unconfirmed, right?
He just unconfirmed himself, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Trav does.
He just confirmed that he won't be confirmed.
I got like 8 questions right. I gotta stay on top.
And just to get your juices flowing on the pre-launch show on the Monday before, it's Judge versus Judge as Daniel Crimmins returns to the mic for an exhibition with the podcast machine, Mike Larkin.
Damn, Mike, take a fuck break.
Yeah, he only does specials now.
Yeah. That's what we all say. And then watch, he'll just randomly pop up on the call next turn.
Yeah, Mike has become
like, oh shit.
Mike's become the Undertaker of podcasting.
Only show. Well, then when's he gonna just show up at just fucking promo meeting? Just once a year.
We'll also be predicting SummerSlam for that all-important Predictions Championship. For more information, head to maxwrestlinguk.weebly.com. And before we close out, actually, I just remembered we should probably touch quick on The Undertaker's, quote, retirement, which pretty much everybody has taken deadly serious, and I'm just like, yeah, we'll see. Because he didn't actually use the words retired. He said he doesn't feel like getting in the ring.
Right. He doesn't have to get in a damn ring, and the Boneyard match proved that. It's just highly possible that he will not be in a ring again, and maybe just for a promo or something. But I think he'll definitely have matches. They'll be those cinematic styles.
Yeah. I mean, he even said, in case of emergency, he'll consider working again.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I was just gonna say, like, this guy, he was content at the end of WrestleMania 30 when he lost. And look what happened. That phone rang. That's all that has to happen. The phone rings.
Yeah.
You saw this guy's ready to turn it on like that at the fucking flip of a switch. He'll call fucking Carlito or whoever the fuck he was training with and just go take bumps today. Oh, yeah, Primo, excuse me. And he'll start going to take bumps today. I mean, for crying out loud, the guy's still doing that crazy-ass CrossFit regimen.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus.
Nuts.
Like, I'm 30, bro, and, like, I'm not trying to do that. And he's, like, double my age.
Yeah, we'll see when WWE heads to Saudi again.
Yeah, that's exactly.
But we'll see.
And the bell has rung for another week, and it's time for us to bid you adieu. So before we go, remember to like and follow our Max Wrestling on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. We're also on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, iHeartRadio, and CastBox. And of course, don't forget to give Andre Corbeil a subscription on Wrestling with Wrestling. We're also available on there. You can find me at the Captain 512. You can find Travis at Walker_TA92, and for all you smart marks, get ready to follow El Jefe.
That's right. SMR Podcast or SMR Podnet everywhere possible. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Of course, we're also on Wrestling with Andre Corbeil. You can check us out there. I don't know what's all going to happen with that. I'm going to be blunt now. We put up In Your House, our In Your House review. It immediately got taken down. Apparently, WWE does not want me to critique their pay-per-views. So for the time being, all WWF retro pay-per-views will be strictly audio form. But I don't think we're gonna have a problem doing Hog Wild. So that should be up there. That's coming soon. I said it in the last week's episode. We did not do an AEW NXT review strictly because of Father's Day. I don't work on my day off. Neither should you. You know, every dad should not work on Father's Day. Just like how mom shouldn't do nothing on Mother's Day. Take the day, appreciate yourself. So there was no shows for that. For those who are like, what the fuck's going on around here? We didn't die. We just, we took the break. So everything's coming back. Retros are going to be every 2 weeks. So there will be one dropping Monday, and then 2 weeks from now, another one, and vice versa. The point is when we get to August 10th, the day of August 10th, that Monday is the day that Hog Wild will drop. It will drop exactly 24 years to the day, or 24 years that week. So that's how that regimen's going to go. So yeah, I'm sure Trav is dying to get back into the retro pay-per-views, but we'll see, especially since you learned who the Blue Bloods are and all that other fun stuff.
All right.
And next week, Dazzy, did you even plug what's happening next week?
I was about to plug Mike's.
Fuck Mike.
Yeah, I'm going to get into that as well. There will be a new, well, normally it would be a new episode of Max Wrestling in the Hot Seat, but it's getting rebranded next week, well, this week, in the next couple of days, actually. Depending on when Mike does the interview, he'll be talking to King of the Mike's very own Mike Jolly.
Okay.
And join us next week for match 1 in this year's King of the Mike tournament as Travis the Walker Anderson battles Cypher.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be fun. Corey came over to the house over the weekend, and he was talking a whole bunch of shit like he's going to actually win. And I'm like, motherfucker, listen. You've had a couple big dog matches, and you didn't follow through. What the hell do you think you're going to do when it comes to me?
Loser gets put in the sharpshooter.
He ain't going to get no damn sharpshooter. He's going to get a fucking stunner. And I'll promise you that.
Oh,
I've heard good things. I'm looking forward to it. Plus, next week is also the promo championship match between Rob Chef and the Demoness. to kick off the King of the Mic season. Also,
yeah, so real quick, I'm going to go behind the curtains real fast. Rob Shep, if you're fucking listening to this, bro, I need height and weight ASAP. Bruce Buffer style coming your way.
Yeah, we got to do tail of the tape.
Truth be told, mainly because these guys loved it the first time when I just bullshitted, and now I think it's got to be a thing.
Yeah.
Also, I think Demoness is in trouble this time.
I think the same thing, dude, but you know what? When you come from that real dark corner of London, England, shit's going to get crazy.
Well, I think the Demoness is running out of steam. Did you not see her live? She couldn't even blow out the damn candles.
You know, bro, they say demons run out of steam until they gather more souls.
She did defend that, though, saying that the candle wasn't meant to be blown out quickly.
Yeah, bro.
The candle's supposed to represent
she's got to
her.
make excuses somehow. She has to make excuses somehow.
Kayfabe.
And also next week we'll be predicting night 2 of Fyter Fest. I don't know if the bash is going to be on night 2. They haven't really announced it, but we'll see.
It says 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Back-to-back weeks.
Night 2 of Great American Bash 2, which includes Keith Lee versus Adam Cole, baby. And that, my friends, is the bottom line. Goodbye. Mwah. And good night. Bye.
Adios.
Fuck you, Cypher.